Hello, Paul here. Today, if you've seen the last video I posted, I talked about how you can trade the S&P. You can trade the S&P 500 on Robinhood, and you can create income doing it that way. And you can do it on FOREX, and you can create two separate incomes. You can actually do three methods with it. You can build three sources of income with just trading the S&P 500. I covered that in the last video where I went over doing it on Robinhood with SPY and doing the contracts, and doing it on FOREX when trading SPX. Today I'm going to be doing the third level, which is you can do the same thing. So basically you can look at the chart of the S&P 500, and at that exact moment when there's a trade going on, you can enter a trade three different times and get paid three different ways. This third way that I'm going to be going over with the S&P 500, it's where your gains will be in Satoshi, basically. So we're going to look at, well, it's basically just you read the charts like normal, and then you get your gains in Bitcoin, and so you make your gains in Bitcoin. So I'm going to teach you how to set it up, and then we'll potentially look about. I can't really measure the amount in Satoshi, but we can get a guess by just looking. We'll look at trading Bitcoin and kind of get an estimate of what you potentially probably can make if you're trading it with, SPX. So you're basically trading SPX, but you'll be making Satoshi. So I'm going to teach you how to set it up, and then we'll look at potentially what you can make with, if you're trading it on SPX, your gains will be in Satoshi. So we'll look at kind of the average of what you potentially can make by just trading the S&P 500, but get your gains in Satoshi. So in order to do this correctly, in order to trade SPX and get gains in Satoshi, you'll need TradingView. So you'll need to be able to look at charts, and you need TradeLocker, which is the app that you use to trade it on. And I'll kind of show you I'm not trading it right now. I'm trading Bitcoin in itself, but you get the general idea. I could easily go into SPX when the market is open. I'm trading Bitcoin right now, but I can easily go to, once you set this up, you go here to all, just go to all, and you type in SPX. And you get here, and I basically look at the charts and I make my points. I go buy and sell based off my lot size, and that's how my gains will be in Satoshi. The same thing, but right now I'm trading Bitcoin and making more Bitcoin. So in order to trade the SPX, you look at the charts and you can trade it. You can trade all other stuff too, but I'm just making this about SPX right now. But that's how you set it up. So this is the broker that I'm using. I will put the link below in my pinned comments. This will be how you can trade it. You have to join this broker. I don't know any other brokers that offer this. There might be others, but I don't know. This is the one I use. If you guys want to use a different one, do your own research. But I'm going to show you how to set it up. First thing when you get started here, you want to create an account. And you want to go to your account type. And first, the first thing what I recommend doing is do demo. Hit demo. And what they're going to do is they'll give you an email, and then you'll log in and password. You'll be able to go to TradeLocker, and you'll be able to trade all these different assets, but right now we're focused on SPX. You could trade for practice without there being, any real money involved. You can practice first. So practice first. You can practice with this method, with this strategy first, and see how well you do. But the main subject of this video is to focus on SPX. So when you're ready to do it for real, you go to this first option here, and you go to TradeLocker, and you'll create an account. And what you want to do, let's see, you go to here, we're going to create an account. So you go to currency, So what you want to do, you want to create a Bitcoin account. You're going to get your leverage. And for some reason it's not showing. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So instead of hitting USD, I mean, you could do I mean, if you're in a different state, you can do Euro, British, Canadian, I think, in Australian, but go to Bitcoin. You want to go to Bitcoin, and you want to select your leverage. So this will create an account, and then the next thing you have to do is, once you create your account, is you have to buy some Bitcoin. Buy some Bitcoin from somewhere, and you go to deposit. So you go to deposit, and you hit Bitcoin. Now, this is the way you get money. I mean, you could supposedly put USD on here, but the main thing here is to get money onto your brokerage. It takes crypto, really. But you could trade all these different things here. I when I'm funding it, I might buy Litecoin because I find it's faster to get to the broker. But all in all, really, you want to buy Bitcoin and you want to put it on your broker. And then you want to transfer it to your account. So when you're done, when the crypto is shown onto your broker here, you want to transfer it. You want to transfer it to, you'll be able to select the option. Now, I can't show you because I don't want to go into addresses and things like that. But when you're depositing it on here, you can go from wallet to trading platform, or you can just go straight to the wallet, which if it goes to the wallet, it'll appear there in the top corner. If it goes to your account, it'll show up in your Bitcoin balance, and once it's in your Bitcoin balance, you'll be able to trade with Satoshi. So that's all I can really explain without showing my details on here. So do your own research on this, but that's basically how you fund your Bitcoin, you put it on here, and then you'll be able to trade in Satoshi. So once you have that set up, what you want to be doing is you want to load up SPX. You want to look at SPX and you want to look at patterns. Now, I go over a whole bunch of trading strategies on this channel. It's not really going to be about strategies, but what I focus on, since the trend of the S&P 500 is usually up, now we can go back and we can look. We can look at the S&P 500 over time, and we can look at the general direction of which way it goes. And this is why I choose to trade the S&P 500, because the overall direction is usually up. It usually goes up. It takes breathers, but then it goes up and runs a little bit, takes a breather, goes up. So I focus on all the moments where after it takes a little bit of a breather, and I basically look at it I look at how it's doing on the day, and it takes these little breathers, and once it starts running out of steam, I try to come in right before it starts going back up again. So it takes these little breaks, and then it goes back up. That's kind of the pattern, and that's kind of what I focus on. Now, another thing that helped me here is Trade Sniper. And Trade Sniper kind of really clearly sees, if you look at this on, I've talked about Trade Sniper. I'm not going to make a video about Trade Sniper, but basically, every time this turns into a bright green is a good moment to really get in for your trade. So when you see Trade Sniper go to bright green, it's a good moment to get in for trades. So I'm not going over really strategy here, but let's just see. If you focus on all the moment turns light green, these are moments to actually enter your SPX position and you just write it out. So if you rode this out, the good thing about doing it on FOREX is you don't have to worry about contracts. So but basically you can write it for as long as you want. You don't have to worry about. So this right here is 2 days. This is 2 days, almost 2 days, and it's a $145 difference in price. So I've looked, and if we look at SPX on the day, and this is kind of how to get the best idea here of how much you potentially can make if you focus on trading this per day. And I've made videos about this previously. So if you look at from here to here, this is about $100. This is about $100 difference in price. So if you were to be trading this for Satoshi, this entire move for the day would be about, I believe it's 100,000 Satoshi. I believe that's 100,000 Satoshi. We'll look at some numbers and see what you can do when you measure it. I can't exactly measure how much you'll make in Satoshi, but basically, if you can catch this entire run in the day, this is about $117 difference in price. So this is probably about 117,000 Satoshi, I believe, for, Satoshi wise. So you can see that you can make, if you look at how much the SPX moves per day, you can really make a lot of Satoshi. So if you measure these, if you measure it by the day, you can really see how much you can really potentially make per day here if you catch the whole thing. This is an $89 difference in price. This is probably about 89,000 Satoshi. So we can really quickly look at Bitcoin and kind of see what would happen if it ranges for anywhere from like 50 to $100. So let's see if we can see how much that would be. It doesn't even register. We got to zoom in a little closer here. Let's just see what an average of how much you would make with about 50. So you do about $50. Oh, geez. I can't even. I got to zoom in closer for this. Jeez. Okay, let's just measure this real quick. $50, $50, $50. Okay, that's about $50. So that looks maybe about 5,000 Satoshi. So I don't really know how much you'll make in Satoshi, but this is kind of the pattern. This is strategy do. You can earn more Satoshi by trading the SPX, and with SPX, and we'll go back to SPX here real quick. Now with SPX, the pattern going up most of the time. Now I get Trade Sniper, look for all the moments where it turns bright green, and you enter the trade and you exit the trade when it doesn't go into green again. So you can really start earning a lot of Satoshi just by trading the SPX. This move right here, see, start turning bright green right about here, and also the charts are indicating that too. If you rode this out from where it turned and it stopped, this is about 50, so I imagine that's about 50,000 Satoshi. But anyway, this is how you can make more Bitcoin by trading the SPX, and this also opens a third level of income. If you follow the other two videos that I talked about, this opens up a third level of income. You're trading the S&P 500 three different ways. So all you have to do in this strategy, if you want to do the complete strategy, is you look at the S&P 500, you look for patterns, and then you'll buy the contract on Robinhood. You'll get your gains doing it in USD, and then you can also make Bitcoin. So by reading the S&P 500, you can build up three levels of income, passive income, by just reading one chart of an asset of the S&P 500. This doesn't even go over, there's all other assets that you can trade as well, but this focus here is really just the S&P 500 and how you can profit three different ways. So what you want to figure out here is, with measuring the amount of Satoshi you can make, I believe it's for every $50 or so, I think that's about 50,000 Satoshi in Bitcoin. So you can measure it yourself, and if you can measure it yourself, and basically you can increase your lot size too, and you can make even more Satoshi. Now, this will only work when you're doing it with Forex. It will not work when you're doing it with Robinhood. With Robinhood, that you have to buy contracts. So anyway, doing it this way will give you 3 levels of income by just trading the S&P 500. So anyway, if you guys like the video, I'll put the link to the broker below and other resources. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.